Yeah, drop 300 on the whip. Yeah, I just spent. Stand back, yeah. I just beat you trying to steal my swag, yeah. I just beat I got this hated man, yeah. Money on my mind, yeah. Drop.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, and so is the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies up against the San Antonio Spurs. Last outing for San Antonio, unsuccessful, coming away with a loss to Memphis. They suffered an upset loss, perhaps a loss of focus, but you can be certain that won't be the case tonight.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And a stirring rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. And as things get... Well, thanks, DA. Gotta love the Grizz. They certainly take pride in their grit and grind style of play. Hey, Smitty, when you get this far into the season, we see more teams having to deal with the occasional back-to-back game. Just how hard is it to play 2 nights in a row?
It's extremely hard. You have to be on top of your game, like you say, and for night in and night out for a back-to-back. And what makes it also hard is the opponent and also the amount of travel. Sometimes you're getting in at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and you got to turn around and play again. You just haven't been enough time to recover. That's when you have a deep roster, those guys can help.
People don't realize back in the day there were 4 and 5 days, 5 and 7 days, and those are tough.
Those are extremely tough.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. On the court for San Antonio. Aldridge is at the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Manu is at the 2 with Leonard playing the 3. And it's Parker in at the 1. Gasol kicks to McLemore. Kicks it out to Parsons. That's in there. Conley with the assist.
You can't afford to leave one of Conley's teammates wide open. He will make you pay.
Here's Gasol. Can't convert the two-handed jam. The Grizzlies have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Conley against Parker. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That is his first foul of the game. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Nobody near Parsons. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
Parsons with the easy release to drill home the 3.
Aldridge kicks to Leonard. Parker dishes to Gasol. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Aldridge, the pass to Ginobili. 6 on the shot clock. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. And Parsons kicks to McLemore. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, you leave a guy that open with Parsons on the floor, and you know he's going to find him.
And the rebounding numbers for Marc Gasol have fallen off a bit in recent years. Steve, that concern you at all?
Well, yeah, they're going to fall off because he's shooting more threes, so the offensive rebounds are going to decline. His offensive game has become more perimeter-oriented. He's not the quickest, so they like him getting back on defense a little quicker.
Here's Gasol after the made shot from Manu Ginobili. And Davis pulls it down.
You know, the offense has just looked out of sync. Only 1 of 5 from the field.
Parsons dishes to Conley. The pass to Gasol. Some solid defense from Gasol.
That's one of his shots in his arsenal, but it was terrific rim protection.
It's stolen by Davis. Parker against Conley. Inside. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
The Spurs shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Brandon Wright's checked in for Davis. Ennis comes in for Chandler Parsons. Troy Daniels, he's checked in for McLemore. And Andrew Harrison subbed in for Mike Conley. Daniels with it, guarded by Green. Daniels kicks to Wright. And the call will be against LaMarcus Aldridge. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Martin's checked in, and San Antonio with the change here too. Anderson's checked in. Shot clock at 5. Releases, and that one's good. Daniels. And David Fizdale, 8 seasons in Miami as an assistant coach, including 2 seasons as assistant head coach. He's been a top coaching prospect for years.
Well, he's dreamed of becoming a head coach. What he does is he has an unbelievable work ethic. He's determined. Also, he has a great feel for the game, and he has a great relationship with his players and the city of Memphis.
And finished off by Anderson.
The improvement in patience, awareness. You can see why Kawhi Leonard's assist totals have grown over the years.
They set the screen, and DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. A different look now for San Antonio. Laverne comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge, and it's Bertanis in for Leonard. 1:05 left in the first. Here's Daniels. It's good from long range. Daniels has got his second bucket of the night.
You can see there the defender allows himself to get picked.
You know, it's all about effort. Sometimes you're going to get hit on hard screens. You just have to fight through them.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
There's the feed to Martin. Here's Ennis, and Ennis slams it in.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
It's early, but they have taken full control of this game, and the fans here, they know it.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Mills, he's checked in for Murray. Anderson against Martin. There's Ennis, the pass to Laverne. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Here's Harrison, covered by Mills. Here's Harrison. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Ennis. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Well, the two go hand in hand. Matching your strategy to your personnel is key.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Grizzlies lead by 11. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. Welcome back, folks. And so it's Memphis with it.
When you think about a great system and great execution, you think of the San Antonio Spurs. Not the most athletic team. You won't see a bunch of dunks or fast break points. If you love the game, you have to admire how they get things done.
On the court right now for the Spurs, Mills teams up with Green in the backcourt. Then there's Laverne. Then there's Rudy Gay. And it's Bertanis in at the power forward.
And a lot to like about that play, particularly how it ends.
Yeah, at the rack. That's what you want in transition, a high percentage look.
Daniels kicks to Harrison. In the corner, it's Martin. Pass to Harrison. 5 on the clock, and Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. And we've seen a litany of role players come to San Antonio and shoot guys career highs.
Well, you know, especially shooters. This offense gives them the cleanest look they can ask for. There's no great secret in their strategy. It's all in the execution.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Davis has checked in for Jarrell Martin. Parsons comes in for Ennis. McLemore's checked in for Troy Daniels. And it's Conley in for Andrew Harrison. Ginobili with the three. And Davis pulls it down.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Wright sets a screen. And that's a foul called on Davis Bertans. That's his first foul. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Gasol's checked in. Pau Gasol, he's checked in for San Antonio. Parker comes in for Patty Mills. Ginobili, that's good.
You can't forget about Ginobili's activity defensively. Does a great job of using his hands to come up with steals.
To the left wing. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
The Spurs making a switch here. Leonard's checked in, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And so many great young players around the NBA right now, Steve. If you were starting a franchise, who would you look to build around?
I mean, there's some guys. I mean, Anthony Davis, Karl Anthony Towns. Joel Embiid is one of those guys I think has a chance to be a superstar. It's so many guys. Giannis Antetokounmpo for sure. And I think a name I'm going to throw out there, Devin Booker. I think one day he's going to get a chance to be a franchise player.
His dad played in the league. You're right. That's a good name to keep track of. Stolen by Ginobili, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. We have a chance now to look at the teams that have created the most points off turnovers this season. Number 1, the Spurs. Second, the Grizzlies.
And how many times have we seen these two clubs force turnovers and then convert at the other end? They really share a lot of similarities.
And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. The Spurs making a switch here. Aldridge is checked in. Gasol against Gasol. Back to Conley to end the drought. Good D by Parker.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
You know, there's no shame in passing out in that situation. Leave your ego at the door.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Gasol goes in, throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. They get Marc Gasol.
I mean, phenomenal concentration. Pau Gasol able to stay focused through the contact. Potential and one.
The Spurs shooting their third free throw shot of the game. Murray's checked in for San Antonio. Gasol with the steal. Over Gasol. Gasol's shot is good. Gasol's got it all tied up now for the Spurs.
And the defender was all over him, but Gasol with enough height and confidence to just pop it in over him.
And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
Oh, no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Pau Gasol.
That's a huge advantage, having a big guy who can shoot free throws like this.
Aldridge a screen. Parker dishes to Leonard. Here's Aldridge, and Aldridge slams it in.
Some people claim that Aldridge is a finesse player, but he can get physical when he wants to.
Memphis has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight.
Kawhi Leonard right there in the thick of the MVP conversation. We know he doesn't care about recognition. He just focuses on basketball.
Now here's McLemore outside. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. McLemore's got 5 now.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
And the dunk by Aldridge.
Let Aldridge get to the rim. You know you're in trouble.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. And Leonard just entering the prime of his career, Steve. Absolutely among the top 5 players in the NBA right now.
You're right, Kevin. And one of just 3 players in the league history to win both Finals MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. And by the way, the others, Hakeem and Michael Jordan are the other 2.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Martin's checked in for Davis. Ennis comes in for Chandler Parsons. Daniels, he's checked in for McLemore. And Andrew Harrison subbed in for Mike Conley.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Well, it was the San Antonio Spurs in their last game, a loss to the Grizzlies.
You know, they worked hard, they drew fouls, but they just couldn't convert at the line.
And it's one of those things that can deflate your team. After all that effort, you want points.
Leonard, the pass to Aldridge. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Aldridge. And the Spurs lead by 1.
What Kawhi does in the painted area, the tenacity he displays, it's phenomenal.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. It's Martin on the wing. Pass to Daniels. Shot clock at 6. Shoots. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. And Memphis making a change here. Nine seconds left in the first half. That one good for 2. And it's a 3-point Spurs lead.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Harrison. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Spurs out in front. They lead by 3. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside.
Thanks very much.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime
Hey, everybody.
Show.
Ernie Johnson, joined by Kenny the Jet. San Antonio's first quarter could have gone much better. They tried to get their legs under them and establish at least a little momentum. And at their lowest point in the period, they were facing an 11-point deficit. Their second quarter, however, was a monumental improvement. And we're just about ready for the start of the third.
Welcome back, folks. Pleased to have you with us tonight again here at the FedEx Forum in town. And so it's Memphis with it. It's a 3-point game. They beat the Spurs during their last encounter in San Antonio.
And the previous meeting was a win for them and a huge day for the bench. The reserves really stepped it up with their scoring.
Getting good production from the reserves on a daily basis is a key ingredient to any team's success.
Conley out there with Ben McLemore. And there's Davis. And it's Marc Gasol. And it's Parsons in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies.
And for his career among active players, Pau Gasol top 3 in block shots.
Yeah, well, I mean, once he gets the ball, it's just off to the races.
And you have to like the punctuation at the end of it. Great individual play.
The Grizzlies trail by 5. And back when Dave Yeager was the coach of the Grizzlies, Steve, he admitted they were slow and old. Is that still the case? Does this team need to get more athletic?
Yeah, I think they do. They play at a slow offensive pace. They don't get a lot of transition points. Their outside shooting has improved, but they can use more athletes.
Gasol setting the pick for Conley. He kicks it to Parsons. No good on the 3. Spurs leading by 5. Outside Gasol. He feeds it to Ginobili. Back to Gasol. Passes it to Ginobili. Leonard kicks to Aldridge. And that one is off. And Memphis the other way now. Conley with a wide open look. Misses the 3.
You won't see him miss many of these. A wide open look from distance.
Ginobili outside. Outside Gasol. Kicks to Aldridge. Back to Gasol. Over Gasol. Shot clock at 6. That one wide left. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
That's the shot they were looking for. After 3 straight misses coming out of the break, let's see if that sparks a rally.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And LaMarcus Aldridge missing a few weeks last season over concerns with the heart flutter, something he dealt with much earlier in his career with the Blazers around his rookie season.
You know, scary, Kevin, but it's great to see him healthy and playing the game he loves. Those kind of challenges make you appreciate life and doing what you love.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Gay comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Mills in for Parker.
It's interesting. Aldridge used to shoot more free throws. That's when he used to bang inside. Now he's shooting a lot from the outside, so that trend will likely continue.
Davis Bertans checks in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And the Spurs every bit a title contender, but injuries can derail any team. And they struck hard last season.
Yes, they did. The torn quad tendon for Tony Parker in the semis, then in the Western Conference Finals, up 22 points on the road. Kawhi Leonard rolls his ankle on Pachulia's foot. Things you just can't control.
Outside Conley. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. And that'll be his third foul so far. Right, he's checked in for Memphis. Troy Daniels comes in for Chandler Parsons. Outside Conley. The dish to McLemore. And there's the call on Ginobili. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Some changes for Memphis. Ennis, he's checked in for Ben McLemore. And Andrew Harrison subbed in for Mike Conley. Gasol a screen. Dishes to Daniels. From deep. And it's Gay with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And Mills kicks to Laverne. Feeds it to Ginobili. Floats one up. Mills. The Grizzlies pull it in. Gasol's got his third rebound tonight. Here's Harrison, covered by Mills. Right side Gasol. Plays it up and in on the nice reverse. Gasol's got 6.
Marc Gasol is a workhorse down deep, just rising up and throwing it down.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
Did you know Marc Gasol had never shot more than 17 three-pointers in a season? Last season, he fired up over 250 of them. He connected at a high rate also.
Jarrell Martin's checked in for the Grizzlies. Then for the Spurs, Anderson comes in for Laverne. And it's Green in for Manu Ginobili. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Martin. Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between 3-point shots and 2-point shots for the Grizzlies.
Liking the effectiveness they've shown here from three-point land. And I say, hey, shoot it more. They've been successful with a high field goal percentage, and we'll see if that continues to be a part of their arsenal.
Here's Harrison. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Here's Wright. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Perfect vision. Mills getting quicker these days at spotting the open man.
The Grizzlies trail by 3. And Coach Fizdale told Gasol, I want you shooting at least 4 triples a game. So Gasol has the green light.
And what impresses me, his field goal percentage stayed steady even when he took all those triples. Gasol, a great shooter from everywhere. What a luxury to have from your center position.
And Green gets it to go.
Fast break execution. Danny Green knows where he's supposed to be and seals the deal.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. Here's Harrison, covered by Mills. Harrison passes to Ennis. Martin with a screen on Gay. Stolen by Gay. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Spurs lead by 5. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. San Antonio leading by 5. On the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. Skilled tandem of Leonard and Aldridge at the 3 and the 4. Parker out there with Murray. And it's Gasol at the 5 spot. The pass to Harrison. Wright with a screen on Parker. Davis sets a screen. Here's the screen. 5 to shoot. Here's Harrison. From outside, off the mark. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Well, we know Leonard's an elite two-way machine, but there he shows us the artistry.
The Grizzlies trail by 7. The feed to Daniels. Davis sets a screen. Daniels dishes to Davis. Ennis with the ball. Leonard picks him up. Here's Davis. Pass to Harrison. Back to Davis. Rejected by Gasol. Now here's Murray. He's covered by Daniels. Pass to Aldridge. He dishes it to Parker. He kicks to Leonard. Aldridge a screen. Leonard the pass to Murray. Spurs working the ball around now. Here's Harrison. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
Great effort there. Aldridge sniffs out the shot, sends it back.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Greg Popovich, also the head coach of the U.S. national men's basketball team, a former military man himself, and of course, guys, very passionate about his country.
You're totally right, Kevin. He's been outspoken, but his actions speak even louder. Doing a lot of charity work in San Antonio for disadvantaged youth. He cares, his players know it, and it's a part of what makes him a great man.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Conley gets the bucket.
Really enjoy watching Conley take it all the way. Defense can't match it with his blinding speed.
Gasol kicks to Parker. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. And McLemore kicks to Davis. And the call will be against LaMarcus Aldridge. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Outside Gasol. Davis setting the pick for Gasol. Davis sets a screen. Here's Parsons. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. Now just a 5-point Spurs lead, stolen by Michael Conley. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. And Ginobili with a clear path to the rack. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And the first one at the line is good. Both free throws good from Ginobili.
Taking advantage at the charity stripe like he always does. Terrific touch.
And Parker comes with the help. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
An unforced error. I'm not sure what was he thinking.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Ginobili kicks to Aldridge. Leonard dishes to Gasol. Over Gasol. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Parker with the steal. Ginobili attacking. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. That free throw good from Ginobili. Both free throws good from Ginobili. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Stolen by Ginobili. And now the fast break Ginobili with the ball. And it's Manu Ginobili with the finish.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Pau Gasol.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row. And the shot is good. The Spurs lead has been cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Gasol. Parker passes to Gasol. Ginobili dishes to Aldridge. Over Davis. The Grizzlies pull it in.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
And the call will be against Tony Parker. That will be foul number 5 on him. And stolen by Aldridge.
And just a loss of concentration there, and they're going to pay for it with the over and back.
When you're thinking about the next play, rather than being in the moment, these kinds of mistakes happen.
Gasol is screened, and they call an illegal screen here.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Some guys, they just know how to get away with it, and some don't.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for San Antonio.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still 2 more to go in the season series.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance. It was a big-time outing for LaMarcus Aldridge.
And how many times throughout the course of the evening did he make a momentum-changing play? I thought his relentlessness really keyed their success.
And the point differential, just too difficult to overcome.
This is where it stings. You just want to keep competing, but deep down, you know it's just not your night.
The clock now can just run out for the Spurs. Anderson can't get it to go. Down low, here's Parsons. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And when Chandler Parsons gets it going, there isn't a lot you can do to slow him down. Everything is working.
And so it's San Antonio with the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Danny, a strong defensive effort both individually and team. Now, how comfortable are you at that end of the floor now, knowing that you can make things tough on the opposition?
Well, we want to make them take tough shots. We're not comfortable at any point defensively, but we got to continue to be active and be aggressive and get our hands on loose balls.
It's been the mark of the Spurs for a long time, Danny. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. So long, everyone.
I reminisce for a spell, or shall I say think back 22 years ago to keep it on track. The birth of a child on the 8th of October, a toast, but my granddaddy came sober. Count all the fingers and the toes, now I suppose you hope the little black boy grows.